So I want to tell you a little bit of a story first. I heard this thing that men on average have 2,500 calories. Sorry, men on average burn about 2,500 calories a day. And so you should have about 2,500 calories as a man. And then, so when I was dieting, I was like, okay, cool. So average 2,500. So all I'd have to do is have 2,200 calories a day and I'll be in a deficit. So that was my goal. And bro, I realized, first of all, that I could eat so much and I still had like 2,200 calories was not difficult. So that's great. Like as soon as you're just thinking about and you're being a little bit intentional, you don't actually sacrifice a lot. You're just like not plowing, cake every day or whatever.
Especially if it's whole foods.
Yeah, but the satiating foods. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So anyway, so that's the thought. And then, but I wasn't necessarily like shifting too much weight. I wasn't putting on weight, but it was quite slow. Then when I got a Whoop, which I know you have your own opinion on these bands, you said don't trust them too much, but it was helpful for me for this specific thing.
Just need steps, bro.
I realized that I was only burning around 1,800 calories in most days.
Okay.
So I was like, actually, if I'm averaging 1,800, 1,900 calories, I'm actually probably at a surplus at 2,200, or at least averaging out like maintenance. I'm not really actually burning any fat, any calories. And so it made me realize that you can't just base it on, what, you Google. So with all that being said, how can a person figure out, what they should be, how much calories they should be eating if they want to be in a deficit or surplus?
So first of all, I want to mention about the 2,500 calories thing. Yep. Actually, they say, I think it's 2.5 for a man or 2,000 for a woman, something like that. Yes. Whatever it is. That is a very broad, generic number. Everyone is different. Everyone has different resting metabolic rates, which means how much calories they burn when they're doing nothing. Okay. So the way it works out so simple. The way you work out so the first thing you do is when you want to gain weight or lose weight, you first need to work out your maintenance. Simple as that. Okay. And there's an equation. There's a few ways of doing it. There is an equation. I think it's called the Harris-Benedict equation, where it uses your height and weight. And there's multiple, in the equation, there's like multiple factors to do with your activity, like, multiplication factors that you multiply your height and weight with, and it comes with a number. And that number is your resting metabolic rate. So now, once you've figured that out, bro, usually it's about 300 to 500 up or down. Go 500 above, surplus. 500 below, deficit. But the issue is what you were saying before. What did you say before? There was something
I was doing 2,200 calories.
2,200 calories, and we were saying how it's whole foods, but there was something else. There was something I was literally on my mind, but it's gone now. Okay, we'll come back.
Satiating.
Yeah, it was volume. There was a really good point. I was thinking of 2 points I wanted to mention here, but it'll come back to me. But yeah, so long story short. I
was saying that I could eat a lot, and I realized that actually 2,200 isn't even difficult. It's not. It doesn't feel like I was sacrificing a lot. I was just like being a little bit more conscious about what I was eating.
Yeah.
But I could even eat 5 meals and still hit 2,200.
Yeah, easily. It's because a lot of people don't realize when you have whole foods, it's literally you can have crazy volume. Like for example, yes, nuts is a whole food, but it's very dense in calories. Like a little bowl of it is like 400 or 500 calories. Whereas you could have, I don't know, whole foods where you have like eggs is filling or rice, chicken, whatever, steak. These things you're gonna have a lot more of, bro.
I've even found an apple is like great. It buys me the next 2 hours.
And here's another thing, right? There's no such thing as unhealthy food, believe it or not. There's like to an extent, okay? If we go down the route of micronutrients, yes, you can have foods that have, for example, more fiber, vitamins, all these sort of stuff. Fine, that definitely falls under the healthy, not healthy. But in terms of actually changing your body, and obviously some people might disagree with me here, but what I'm trying to say is like you can get lean, like seriously lean, eating foods that are considered fatty. Like literally, you could go have fried chicken and fries. If you track it, you can literally get shredded. But what the problem is, you can only probably have a very small amount of it. And what will happen is you'll most likely not hit your protein target. You'll have crazy amount of fats and your carbs will be low. So you'll miss out on the fullness. So one thing people are scared of is carbs. They're like, oh, I want to get lean, but I don't want to have too much carbs. I need to cut the carbs. Okay, no. First of all, keep your carbs as high as possible because your glycogen stores will look fuller. And I've said this so many times. There is condition, so how lean you are means nothing without muscle fullness. If you're full and lean, that's a completely different look to when you're lean, but you're flat. You just look stringy. You just look like you're depleted and you look tired, you look whatever.
So carbs give you energy, right? I feel like I can't train without food.
Fats give you energy as well as calories. Everything you eat actually gives you energy. Protein, it's still calories at the end of the day. So calories is the energy source, but carbs and fats are more sensitive in giving you energy. That's the thing.
Okay.
So, yeah, man.